What do you think of Eiyuden so far? It's really fun. It's great.
Yeah.
This game is really great so far. I really love the gameplay. Especially comparing it to previous Suikoden games. Gameplay is really fun. Music is amazing. Game looks really pretty. Love the graphical style. Story's fine enough so far. But again, the story, I'm giving a chance to ramp up. Story's okay. Characters seem fun. I'm loving this game so far. Listen, I didn't really want to play Eiyuden Chronicle. If it were up to me, I really didn't. You're probably like, oh Nova, but you chose to start this game. What do you mean if it were up to you? Part of me didn't want to play this game right after Suikoden 1 and 2. But this game was sitting on my shelf since like January or February. I bought this game before the remasters released, so I was really tempted. Which is why I decided to just play it right after Suikoden 1 and 2. Like, if I had planned a little better, I probably would have spaced it out a bit. But, you know, these things, they happen. Where am I supposed to go? Wow, my bag is still full. Man, I really hope we get this bag upgrade soon. Iron Champ. Oh, that's a lot of defense. We can give that to Mio, because she dies a lot. Starting to feel burned out? Honestly, not really. I was a little worried I would be. I'm actually not. But to be fair... Ooh, Pale Night Veil. To be fair... Suikoden 1 was like... I think it took me under 20 hours to finish Suikoden 1. And it took me about 30 to finish Suikoden 2. So in actuality, I've only been playing these games for like, you know... I've only clocked in like 40-ish hours of Suikoden. So... I think if anything, I would probably start to feel the burnout towards the end of this game. And that's what we're gonna do. We're actually taking a break from Suikoden after this. We're not gonna play Suikoden 3, 4, and 5 for a good long while. Even then, though, I mean, I don't know. I'm just... This is all just speculation. I don't know if I'll feel... If I'm gonna start feeling burnout, I feel like it's gonna start towards the end of this game. But that's fine. I don't think it will. I think I'll just power through. Dude, I have no idea where to go. I thought I did. I need to do something with this circle and X. I'm debating if I should go back and heal while I'm stuck. You know what? I probably should. Let's go, Let's go back and heal. It's so close. It's so close to the, exit. Or, it's so close to the Treefolk Village. Finished Grace's F remastered? Yo, nice. Good Tales game. Great Tales game. Good Tales game. Great. Tales of Grace's F is great. It's my favorite Tales game. Just barely. I have a really... I say that and I'm like, do I like Tales of Berseria more? The thing is, I really love both of them. I think Grace's wins by a hair, though. I really love Berseria as well. Berseria is my second favorite. Very close behind.
You're mine.
I think it is Grace's. Is my favorite. Grace's F was great, though. The remaster. I love that we got the remaster. I find it funny you had the game for a while and held off until Suikoden 1 and 2. Well, yeah. The thing is, the whole reason I didn't play the game on release was because I wanted to play Suikoden 1 and 2 first. I probably could have played Eiyuden Chronicle before Suikoden 1 and 2, enjoyed it the same amount, but I wanted to... The reason why I waited was because I wanted to have an opinion of Suikoden 1 and 2 before I played this game. Because that's what a lot of other people, not everyone, I'm sure some people played this game and they're like, oh, I think that's the reason they released this before the remasters. They're like, oh, let's put out Eiyuden Chronicle, and if people like it, they can play the originals. So not everyone did what I did, but that's the way I wanted to do it.
We cleaned right out.
Since the Suikoden games were classics that have escaped me for too long, I wanted to get an opinion of them first, so I purposely waited. This game came out like last year. I knew of its release, I knew it was coming, but I ignored it because I wanted to play the Suikoden games first. And honestly, the wait was worth it, because I kind of like what I did. I like having played Suikoden 1 and 2 before this game, personally. Did I take that propeller? I don't remember. This is so big. You wish Richard was in the party more? Love his interactions? Yeah. Definitely. Richard, yeah. Richard is probably one of the best characters in that game. The F arc is great for Richard alone, like the skits you get with him, the added screen time. It is unfortunate.
Let's see some spirit, folks.
Look, again, it makes sense in the story. The way they use Richard, it makes sense why he's not. But yeah, definitely. I agree with you, to be fair. Like, I definitely agree with you. I have to be over there. Like, to be fair, I do agree with you. You're kidding? I would have loved it if Richard got more screen time in the main arc, for sure. But also, like, at the same time, I'm like, oh yeah, but it makes sense for the story why he doesn't. Like, the story works great, even without that. It's kind of like in Grandia when Sue leaves. How, while I would have liked it if Sue didn't leave, I sort of not understand, that's the wrong term. Well, I do understand, even if the reason the game gives is a little lame. I sort of accept that, like, oh, Sue not being here sucks, sure, but it's whatever. Like, it doesn't make me like the game any less, basically. I think the same could be said of Richard. Guard. Rune of Quick Slash. Yeah, the epilogue did really great with the characters. I think Grace's getting an F arc was not even needed, but necessary. If that makes sense. I think the game ending with the main arc would have been fine enough, but I love that the F arc exists. The F arc existing does a lot for Grace's. Some of the best moments are in the F arc, I would argue. The game would still be great without it, but it was like, you know, not needed but necessary, if that makes sense. I know necessary kind of feels like a synonym of needed, but like, I don't know. I don't think the main arc suffers without it, but the F arc adds a lot, if that makes sense.
Let's do this!
Okay, this dungeon was cool, but it's kind of overstaying its welcome. So a cool gimmick, but man, is it. I'm just lost, really. I want to keep moving on. You did hard and it was perfect difficulty for you? I'd played Tales of Grace's F like 6+ times, if even that, like a lot, so that's the answer to your question on how I handled chaos difficulty. Well, actually, well, yeah, no, chaos difficulty. I don't think a first playthrough is balanced to do chaos mode unless you're just really good at the game, I guess. Even if you're good at the game, I don't think it's like, I don't think you're meant to do chaos mode on your first playthrough. Evil, sure. You can probably handle evil, it'll just be hard. But I don't think you're meant to do chaos on the first difficulty. Can you? Obviously. Yeah, like it's possible. But I don't think the game is designed where it expects you to like actually handle chaos effectively on the first playthrough. That's a lot of Tales games. I think the higher difficulties are more meant for NG pluses. With a few exceptions. Berseria being the big one. Because Berseria, like...
Not sure you even
Berseria is one of the easier games. So, Berseria, you can, like, actually handle the higher difficulties on the first playthrough. It'll be harder, obviously, but, like, the game is kind of a joke on normal mode. So in Berseria's case, I'd recommend at least playing on moderate, because I feel like normal's too easy. Is evil higher than chaos? No. Chaos is higher than it. It goes easy, normal, moderate, hard, evil, chaos. Some games call evil intense, namely Zestiria and Berseria. They call it intense. Intense and evil are the same, but they replace the term evil with intense. Alright, well, I'm here. I'm gonna sell all my stuff. There's no rune store here, right? I don't think there is. I also don't feel like going back to my base right now. It's so much work. For the HP right there, which is pretty good. Man, I wish I had a stash so badly. Oh, wait, there was a rune store here. Let's go. You, who is it? You got a rune. This is strength by 2% per... Oh, this is really good for you, since you're kind of falling behind. I think here, instead of water, I might give you something different. What does this do? Dexterity? So more crits? I think that's how dexterity worked in Suikoden. That means I need to give someone else water. Probably you. Yeah, this is fun. You don't want to do anything crazy. The one thing you lowered difficulty on was the Fodra Queen? Yeah, it's fair. The Fodra Queen's really hard. It's a long fight, and it's also one of the toughest fights. It's like the final boss of the... Because Lineage and Legacies is kind of post-game. It is still... Even though it's like... It has story to it, it's still marketed as post-game. So honestly, that's understandable. Especially because if you lose, you have to do the whole fight again. So I can see someone just being like, I'm going to switch the difficulty just because I wasted a lot of time fighting her. Who's the hardest boss in Graces for you? Emerald, probably. Emerald's the worst boss fight in Graces, so... I think Emerald's one of the worst fights in the game. It is the worst fight in the game. Kurt is difficult. Kurt is just a hard fight, too. I think Kurt's the second hardest. Not counting the post-game FR. That's probably the Fodra Queen. I think the Fodra Queen's harder than Emerald. Emerald's just a really annoying fight. And I hate it. But the thing is, I don't hate the Fodra Queen fight. I hate the Emerald fight, you know? We'll say Fodra Queen, Emerald, Kurt. Those are the three hardest fights in Tales of Graces, in my opinion. Maybe you can make a case for the little queens. I don't think I had that much trouble with them when I recently played the remastered. And it's not even including Zone Cage, which is like the worst post-game dungeon. One of the worst post-game dungeons in Tales of. If you're gonna do Zone Cage, good luck. You'll probably hate it. A lot of people do, myself included. Someone who thinks Tales of Graces is like top 5 video games of all time hates the post-game dungeon. I don't like Zone Cage.
Yes. Die.
I had way too much fun with that.
Alright, now we have been here for a while, but now the good news is I'm higher leveled in like everything, so I can run easily. Or relatively easily, I can run. I don't need to use like my items either. Oh yeah, the Richard fights are... most of them aren't even that hard. They're kind of a joke. For sure. How am I gonna do this?
You're mine.
And just run from everything without a problem. That would be great. Because I want to get through this place. I want to make some progress. Which of these propellers have I not taken? That is the question. Heard about the post game? Probably gonna skip it? Yeah, I'd recommend it.
You're mine.
Honestly, you're not missing out on much. Oh, cool. Can't run from everything. You're not missing out on much.
No! Damn it!
You're missing out on some annoying bosses and some not funny cutscenes that the game really wants to be funny with, but they aren't. And let it be known that Grace's is a very... I feel like it's comedy focused. Like it tries to be humorous. And it definitely tries with the post-game dungeon, but I don't think it's that fun. Maybe the first floor is like, oh, it's neat what they try to do, but like it gets old really fast. Oh, I'd also recommend, if you didn't already, watch the DLC skits. They come packaged with the game. The game gives you free DLC skits. Wait. I see a platform. I need to get to that triangle, and I'm looking for triangle and circle panels. But yeah, the game comes packaged with all the DLC, and you should watch those skits. They're really fun. If you really like the characters of Graces and the skits of Graces, I'd recommend them. I see. Wait, I think I know where to go. You know, this game is actually really pretty. That's kind of a detriment. I think it's actually kind of a detriment how pretty this game is. Because of how pretty this game is, sometimes I can't see, like, what's it. I don't expect something to be an actual path, you know? So I think I just figured out what the problem was. This was time actually not wasted, though, so... I feel like we got some good levels. This was a fun dungeon, all things considered, though. Not gonna be like, we were talking about like what my favorite puzzles in games are. Not gonna be one of my favorite puzzles, but definitely pretty good gimmick. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it enough. Okay, that just opened the door? We didn't need the circle? Or did I already get the circle? When I wasn't paying attention. Skits are like the best parts of the Tales franchise? Agree. So true. Very true. Skits are one of the... A lot of things make Tales of great, but they're definitely like... Definitely a high contender for what makes Tales of great. It's definitely like one of the... If I had to pick like top 3 things Tales of does well, skits will be one.
Let's get it done.
Specifically skits. Because I really like the characters in the game, and the skits do a good job at either elaborating story stuff, or they just show the... I think it's necessary to show the characters in other scenarios instead of just like story. The stories are good in the Tales games, but like I also like that they have like, hey, conversations about like either everyday things or like, you know, menial tasks, whatever, like literally conversations about whatever. Basically, you get to see the characters in the new light, essentially. Okay, let's see if that did it. Anyway, skits are good. There are people who complain. Can you believe there are people who complain that there are too many skits in Tales of?
Let's do this.
Especially in Arise, and I'm just like, bro, are you insane? Even if people are like, hey, but the skits are like so story focused, they're not really like much goofing off with the characters. I think those are even neat too. It's nice to have both. You need a good balance of them in your game, in your Tales game. No, I need a circle panel now. Okay, we're close. I think I might just need to go up. Once I go up here, I think we're done. I gotta find a circle panel.
You're mine.
Anyway, people complain that Tales of has too many skits. I think that complaint comes mostly with Arise, but I've heard people say there are too many skits in Tales of, and I'm just like, are you insane? Like, you're actually crazy. Actually insane.
Look out!
Apologies.
Damn it!
The tides are against us.
Tides are against us, by the way. I don't know if I run. Anyway, it's crazy that people complain about that. Listen, Arise's second half wasn't the best, but I think the hate for it is overblown. Could Arise's second half have been better? Sure. I do not think it's as bad as people give it credit for. Arise is probably my third favorite Tales game. I had to play it again, though. I only played it, technically I played it twice. I need to play it again to really see if I feel that way, but Tales of Arise is really good. And the second half could have been better, but it's not that bad. So I need to go this way, I think. I'll bet if they release a Tales game without them, they'll say, where are the skits? First of all, yes, they would say that. Second of all, a Tales of game without skits wouldn't be a Tales game. That would take out... This looks like something out of Cocoon.
Well, looks like there's a switch through this hole.
There's no way we're squeezing through.
What about me? Let me try.
Anyway, as I was saying, you take skits
Courage,
out...
Calathor. There is nothing to be scared of.
Is he gonna be okay?
On we go. On we go.
Don't interrupt me.
It's freezing in here. If I do not make haste, my branches will stiffen and snap. Be brave, Calathor. The Dendriarch is counting on you. Go faster, you stump. You are keeping the sirs and madams waiting. What is this cord? I will give it a pull. Enemies! What do I do? I know. I will hide in this box.
Ah, yes, the invincible box. He's Snake.
I did it! I have reached the switch!
Let's go.